I will say though that
are you going to vote for Caitlyn Jenner?
I will not be voting for Caitlyn Jenner, but I'd
vote
like
for
to vote
Newsom?
for. No, I'm definitely not voting
So
for
you're not going to
Newsom.
vote.
I'm not voting for anybody who's a left-wing operative because I think California needs a balance.
Agree. What about, would you vote for that San Diego mayor?
I don't know enough
I think
about
he's
him.
running too.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him. I'll vote for anybody who's pro-business and has some sense
That's
in their
Caitlyn
head.
Jenner, pro-business. She's like mini Trump.
I don't think Caitlyn Jenner's that intelligent. I mean, all due respect, can you? I'll wait, but if you could tell me, Caitlyn Jenner
killed a guy.
She won a woman, I think, right? Or was it a guy?
I mean,
either way,
he killed a human being.
Yeah, in her car. But
that'd be fun during.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about Caitlyn Jenner. She won a gold medal, I think, in 1976. And in 40,
he won a gold.
He won a gold medal in 1976. Bruce Jenner did. Mm-hmm. And in 40 years, besides being married to Kris Jenner, who's very intelligent and was a huge
business,
she made a big empire.
And hoard her daughter out, whatever.
But I don't know what if you could. And I may be wrong, but what has he accomplished? What has he done? And what has he said that you think is different and interesting or intelligent?
Yeah, nothing.
And then he did get a sex change and became a woman, which made news. But is that?
I will call this too. I'm talking years before the transition happened. Years before Bryan goes, "Oh, Bruce is actually transitioned," and you said on Rogan, me and Rogan tore into you, made fun of you for hours, and it was so much fun. We bullied you.
Oh, you already knew this?
He knew because he had a fucking friend who was a mover and looked in, and was like painting the house or something.
No. I just somebody who knows the family and yeah.
And then like a few weeks after, I'm at Starbucks in Malibu, and I see at the time him, and his hair was like long. I'm looking at his nails. I'm like, wonder if Callen's bullshitting or not. I'm like, fuck, that's weird. Those are long nails.
Long nails.
And then show enough,
like a bracelet.
And then show enough, Bryan called it, man. Bryan, I'm talking 5 years before she transitioned.
Damn.
And we were like, dude, you're out of your fucking mind. Bruce Jenner, what's wrong with you? And Bryan goes, you'll see. I'm talking 5 years
ago. I feel like you're just saying something to say something.
Yeah. we lit his ass up. I'll tell you what I do want to do in the new studio, and I talked to Rogan a little bit about this. I'm going to do fight companions. I think we get the crew back together. Me and Chin talked about we're going to have a whole area dedicated to fight companions.
Well, let's 100% do that. I love that idea. I love it.
That'd be fun, right?
I'm kind of thinking, what do you think of this idea? Maybe we'll talk about it on this spot. I kind of want, because I know a lot of fight experts and people, I kind of want to do something on a paid thing. I don't know whether it's Rockfin or whatever. I don't know if Patreon would let me. And I want to just take boxing and MMA, and I want to interview as many experts as I can, and then
then have a food truck.
No. I don't want to
Wrinkly Diaries.
I want to
Rink Diaries.
Nope. I want to do this, and I don't know if this is good.
Hey, let him get it out.
I literally want to
sounds like he wants to blow the belt.
I want to take fights, and I want to go. Who's the best to bet on? It'll be a betting channel, and I'm gonna recommend the most educated, based on.
Well, you can get bettors on. You ever interviewed a bettor?
Not better, so I want to get experts, and then I just say, this is what the experts say, and here's why.
But the experts are you talking about experts like coaches and stuff, or you're talking about actual bettors?
No, coaches. Yeah. Coaches and stuff like that. People who know the game.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. It'd be an interesting idea, because I was like, I want to, because you're pretty good. What's your record betting-wise?
Yeah, the only time, I have my deal with DraftKings, the last pay-per-view was the only one I've lost, but since I've signed the deal with them, I've gone, I think, 5 for 5, Chin, or something like that.
You won all, the parlays
like
even.
five out of 6 on parlays.
Wow. Pretty impressive.
I mean, it's all right. You the parlays, you get so you got to pick 3 fighters to win, and they boost the odds to win. So if you bet 100, you win 300. So all 3 have to win, but I'll throw one dog in there, but the rest are heavy favorites. Like I picked Usman. I forget who it was. Like Usman, I forget.
I forget too.
But I usually take few of the favorites and then one dog.
Rose was a surprise. Yeah or no? You always said she's the best athlete.
She's monster. Rose, I wouldn't say it was surprised because she's a terrible matchup for Wang Zhili or
Zhang Weili.
Why is she a terrible matchup?
Because Weili's it's kind of like Yuri versus Yan. Like Weili's very traditional, and Rose just moves, man. She's long and she's a nightmare for her.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
But to me, it's all here for Rose. If she's here, she's best in the world.
Best in the world.
If she's not, she gets spiked on her head.
She's like water, man. Pop, pop. She's incredible.
That kick was insane.
Oh, front foot roundhouse kick, like a straight up Taekwondo front foot roundhouse kick, right in the back of the jaw, like that.
Did you see her comments though? If they vote red, leave them dead, or what the fuck she said?
No.
Better off dead than red.
What?
She's referring to Zhang, obviously being communist
That's
country.
an old school communist thing. That's an old school American thing.
Yeah.
Better dead than red.
Yeah.
So that's what she said, but then she got a bunch of flack for it because obviously Zhang, she's never said anything politically, and you can't. She'll go missing.
If anything,
so you're assuming that she is siding with the government.
You can't because she'll go missing, which is fucking true.
Yeah.
Why doesn't anybody? Why don't all these?
That's real shit.
But why don't, dude? Why don't these woke?
damn.
Why doesn't the woke community or just the Democratic Party or why don't they talk about how outrageous China is? Like what they're doing.
Because you only want to clean your house, right? Like you can only solve the problems in your house. So the problems are over there. But Rogan had a guy, and his last name's Rogan as well, and he worked as a journalist in China. Dude, you listen to that podcast, it will scare the fuck out of you.
I bet.
He talks about how these journalists spoke out, just went missing, or got put into concentration camps.
Well, dude, I shot a movie there. I had to do a retinal scan, and I had to have all my fingerprints.
Remember when you did that, and you're like, Brendan, never come here.
Yeah. And then there's the thing: you are not allowed to say anything about the government. You will be.
And they edit the the
you're given a phone.
And the version we get here, like for the movies, there's a different version out there. They edit it so let's say a Chinese person gets kicked in the face by someone from Thailand or Korea.
How about this?
They edit,
100%.
reshoot it so the Chinese person will win.
I was playing an FBI agent who had to arrest a Chinese national.
Yeah.
And they go, "There's no way you're putting that in the script." So I had a whole chase scene through Beijing, through the old city of Beijing. It was going to be a nightmare because it was in summer. I was going to have to run, jump on a thing. There was a whole thing, but I was going to do it, right? And so I was like, fuck, it's going to be that's going to be a long week of shooting this thing. And they go, "It's not happening." I go, "What do you mean?" And they go, "You won't be in China as long as you think because the government will not allow an American to arrest a Chinese person on film."
Hey, what about Rush Hour?
Well, that's America,
time,
right?
sir.
Yeah, that was a different time.
America.
But that was
You saying this was filmed in
China?
Yeah, they
in
didn't film
China.
Russia.
The Chinese government was
Yeah.
partially financing it. So.
Spells, what about Big Trouble in Little China? Man? Kurt Russell was fine. Well, sir. That was filmed in Hollywood. That was filmed in Hollywood, and that was Chinatown.
Yes.
We can do our shit there.
Now,
It's crazy, huh?
Oh, it's crazy.
That's insane.
Or how about LeBron talking about equal rights and with this, and it's like, but Bubba, what about? Well, you're not going to talk about China and the concentration
deal with,
camps,
yeah.
and you're talking about human rights. What about
He's
that?
taking a lot of flack for his.
Oh, dude, he's complete.
Without
Why? Because they don't know what he's talking about. Why? Because he carries a book, a Malcolm X book, to the arena, and one of the journalists goes, "Hey, man, what's your favorite chapter? What's your favorite thing about Malcolm X in there?" And they realize he's always on the first page. You know what he says? He goes, "Dude, interesting guy. Say that much." No, what? That was your takeaway?
Yeah, maybe not a big reader. Well, the cop shot that girl in the foster care. She was trying to kill another, the black gal. She was 16-year-old trying to kill another 16-year-old gal.
Correct.
Who was black, and
Correct.
she was trying to stab her.
Correct. Kill her.
Yeah, and so the cop.
And the cop shot the black girl who was
Terrible
trying to kill the
tragedy.
other black girl.
Yes.
But then they want to void that cop, but it was okay if the black girl kills the other black girl. Either way, he saved a black girl's life.
Do you have that white woman who's messing with that Mexican cop? Did you see that?
Oh, I saw it
Yeah.
front headline
She's talking
stuff.
shit to the cop?
Oh, you not seen this? Oh, it's beautiful.
I stay away
Please
from
bring
that
that
shit.
up, Chin. Please bring that up.
We know my father-in-law's a cop, and it's a nightmare. For
Watch how this woman treats this.
Was it a Mexican woman?
It was a white woman.
White woman?
She was
She's
a
a
college
teacher.
professor apparently, or a teacher.
Not anymore.
Well, I hope not, because she's an awful person.
Did you ever see the cop who did the prank on LeBron? He got.
Yes, and he got suspended.
It's so funny though. But
they made a
GoFundMe
GoFundMe
$400
for
grand.
Yeah.
I love that.
Harassed today because I was going under the speed limit. I was going at 38,
Yes, you are, ma'am. Good morning.
and the speed limit is 40, and I was going 38. So why are you harassing me?
You're correct. I pulled you over
Because
because
you're a murderer.
because-
Yes, I started
Whoa.
to record
you
because you're
can't
a
be
murderer.
you can't be on your cell
I
phone
wasn't
while you're
on
driving.
my phone. I was recording you because you
You
scared
can't
me.
you can't use your cell
I
phone
can
while you're
record
recording.
you.
May I have your driver's license?
It's at my apartment.
What's your apartment?
It's at my home. I'm just taking my son to his.
Do you have your driver's license?
I mistakenly left it at home.
Do you have a picture of your driver's license?
Yes, I do.
May I have it?
And can you call your supervisor, please?
I already did. He's on his way.
Good, because you're a murderer. And so you're giving me a cell phone ticket? Is that why you're harassing me?
not harassment. I am enforcing the law.
I
ma'am.
have a right to and record the police when they're harassing me.
By all means, but you can't do it while you're driving.
I wasn't texting or none of that.
Do you have
And
that
you
picture?
scared me and made me think you were going to murder me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, that's not just a feeling, you're a murderer.
Can
God
you zoom in
damn.
on that for me, dear?
Sure.
Thank you.
And I'm perfectly legal,
Jesus
and I'm a teacher. So there.
Congratulations.
You're a
Why
murderer.
is she so hostile?
Last name, I can't see that there.
Well,
If
here you
stop,
go,
stop
murderer.
shaking.
Murder.
Shit.
Zoom in on that for
No,
me,
because
man.
you're scaring me.
Oh,
You're threatening to kill me and my son.
What the hell?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You keep smiling. You're on camera.
You're trying to threaten to kill me. I'm
What?
Smiling.
Is this your car?
Yes, it is. And you're trying to say I stole my own car because you're jealous?
What the fuck? Dude, I'm so irritated right now.
You wait for me right here.
It'd be hard not to
You're
tase that
jealous?
bitch.
Is your signature. He's only citing you for using your cell phone while you're driving. That's it.
Here you go, ma'am. Sign inside the
For,
red
being
box right
for
there.
him being a Mexican racist. What is that name?
It's on the
Gasso.
citation, ma'am.
Here you go, Mexican racist.
What?
You're always going to be a Mexican. You'll never be white, you know that,
Oh
right?
my god, this
You'll never
woman.
be white,
I
which-
hate
which
white
you
people
really wanna
sometimes.
be.
There
You
you
wanna
go,
be
dear.
white.
I don't think she's white. Have a good day.
You wanna be white.
She's so
not
fucked.
She
She's not
wasn't.
black.
She's not black.
She was.
She's not black.
She's white. She's white.
Hey, Christian.
Man, it's
Christian.
She looks. She looks.
Christian.
She looks
Stand down.
That's a white woman's voice.
Christian.
Hey,
Christian.
Hey, little Magus. Stand down. Let's take a seat.
That's a black woman.
He's like, no, she's not white, man. That's not one of us. No, it is. And they start-
She's all, you're a Mexican racist. He goes, that's black.
God, she is a horrible human being.
Horrible.
And by the way, that's not that uncommon. You just
No,
get
cops
these
deal with it all the
fucking
time.
awful
Yeah.
people.
Oh,
in the
dude,
world.
the stories I hear, it's insane.
And
Insane.
that's why body cams are a good idea, because you capture real shitheads in the world.
How about when I got off stage at the Laugh Factory? Right away, you go, bro, I figure out what you look like. I'm like, what? This is in front of a bunch of other comics. I'm like, what? You're like, you look like a Rottweiler who got his shit together.
Oh, you do, bro. Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, dude.
Grab that mic, son.
You do, bro. Look.